Well, here we go then. One race to go before the end of our opening season. And it's been a bit of a mixed one. We're still holding on to that 6th place that we need. But it's very much going to be turning our attentions to next season now. As a result, I don't really want to do anything with the parts. I don't want to develop the car anymore, to be honest. It's just going to be money that we're not going to get back, and it's not going to do anything for next season. So we obviously want to hold on to that 6th place finish for next year, to meet our objectives even, and then obviously hopefully we will improve massively next year. That's the that's the aim anyway. But let's get cracking, shall we? We've still got one race to do. We've still got to concentrate. You've got to try your hardest, of course, every time you turn up at the racetrack. Practice, car condition, yeah. Another pointless interview, of course. Testing. No, we'll take the blame. Because there is literally no reason to criticise the drivers, because there is no negative for praising them or, you know, saying that it wasn't as bad as they're saying. Nothing to worry about. Nothing changes. Why would we criticise our drivers? Scouting report finish on Katie Linares. Katie is one of the weakest drivers. Potential's good though, and given the chance to improve, she could certainly become one of the better drivers. Because of the difficulty of female drivers getting into motorsport and Formula 1, especially Formula 2, Formula 3, there are some in the lower formulas, but not many. I do kind of like the idea of going for an all-women lineup for our team next year. But gender shouldn't dictate. It should be the best drivers available to us, of course. I think this is what I'm a little worried about. I don't actually know when we get the opportunity, when we have to hire them by. Do we get a chance in between the end of the season and the beginning of the next? I'm sure we do. I think we've scouted everybody that we want to now, so we'll leave that. There's no real need. So make sure we're not doing anything with the car. We're not. We are improving parts, which we'll continue to do, of course. What are we getting a message about? Let's get our HQ upgraded. Can you promise me that we'll improve our forecasting centre? It's not really first on my list of priorities, buddy. I've got to be honest. I mean, you mean building a forecasting centre, because we don't have one. 6 million. I mean, yeah, it will get us a better reading of what the weather's going to do. I feel that we want to make sure we've got the best car possible first. I'm sort of thinking maybe the staff centre, or upgrading the factory or design centre, which we're going to do at the end of the season. So no, I'm sorry, I can't promise you that. That's should be the least of your worries as the head designer. Car repairs finished. Lovely jobby. I don't think there's any way that we can muck up the 6th place, but of course we want to finish the season with a bang, so we want to get the best result possible, of course. And I'm really starting to get excited about next season and seeing the progression we can make as a team. And that's the whole reason for starting at the bottom, is to drag this team up through the ranks to hopefully one day, in about a year and a half real time, to winning the championship in Formula 1. But it's a long road to that. There's a lot of decisions to make, a lot of racing to do, but we need to make sure we give the best representation of ourselves in the final race of the season. Performance work is going to be finished pretty sharpish, which it has been done. Contract's running down. We have a month before the contract ends, so if you want to line up a replacement, or if you want to renew the contract, get on it, boss. So I guess we can start hiring people now, it would seem. So Marchetta, just don't think. I think we've got to go for fresh blood. I like the idea of two young. This is Formula 3 after all, and there's no 32-year-olds in Formula 3. Let's be honest. You've got to bring up the up-and-coming drivers that you can maybe bring with you through. Mind you, there's no promotion from Formula 3 to Formula 2 to Formula 1 in terms of a team perspective, but I think let's see if we can hire someone, shall we? We're not doing much car development stuff, so it's going to be a pretty short episode anyway. So let's see what we've got. Is there no way to filter them by race series, as in get rid of everybody else? Apparently not. Okay, so we're in the European Racing Series. Who was our favourite? Our favourite was John Stotter. He's a bit more experienced than the real young guys, and he's got a long way to go still. And he's the highest ranked in this series, pretty much. I think we're going to go for John Stotter and see if why do I keep calling? I'm sorry, John Stotter. I don't know your first name. Pet dog. They do bring money as well. 249,000 per race. She'd be a great addition, and we would get that all-female driver lineup. That would be pioneering if we could take them all the way to Formula 1. Alright, let's make an offer, chat. Not interested. But you got 1 month left on your contract. I'm a little bit confused now. Are we supposed to wait? Or is it just that she's literally not going to be interested whatsoever? Right, who would be second choice? Can we read scouting reports after the fact? It's a horrible thing in real Formula 1. But I do kind of like the idea of a paid driver, just to give us that little bit extra to our budget. El Sadat and Chu then sound pretty promising. Let's have a look at all their contracts end, so they've got to be looking for a drive. Let's go for Nick Chu. Also very young, from... Oh wow, that's testing my knowledge of flags. Chile? I don't know that flag. I really don't. You can laugh at me if you want in the comments below. Lightning reactions. Dumb. Rival with driver. Writing autobiography and training for pilot's license. Is El Sadat any better? Racer hates team orders, will not take them. Vancouver expert, loves that track. Well, that's quite good because we're a Canadian team and his favourite track is our home race. I don't know that he's going to improve much, but he might be a much safer pair of hands and have a bit of room for improvement in comparison to Marchesa. Let's see if he'll take the bait. Not interested. Why is no one interested? This isn't very good. Are we really that bad? What about Chu then? No one is interested. No one wants to know. I think we've got to wait till their contract's up. That's the only explanation. They would at least take an offer, surely. We definitely can't make a... No. Okay, let's wait till the end of the season then. And we'll go from there. I hope we're not making a mistake and we're not going to be able to get any drivers at all. But, right, let's select the parts to be on the car then. Okay, brakes. Same as always, yep. Engine. Yep, look at that reliability. Beautiful. Gearboxes. Yeah, they've improved a bit, I think. No risk. Good job. Rear wings are spec. I've never actually looked. I presume we can improve the reliability of our spec parts. I've never actually checked that out. And suspension. We're going to want to use this average part. Look at that reliability. Lovely. Should be able to go flat out for the weekend then. Okay, we're ready for practice then. Okay, let's get ready then for practice for the Black Sea Grand Prix. We obviously have had one run at this circuit already this season. I can't really remember how we did. One thing that's a little bit irritating is that it doesn't actually save your setups. There's no way, because if you've been on the same track already this season, surely you should be able to go, oh right, yeah, we got that really dialed in setup. I mean, it may change a little bit because you've got new parts on the car and the conditions, etc. But you'd think you'd be able to go, oh yeah, let's start with that brilliant setup that we spent all that time on. The mechanics aren't going to turn up and go, I don't know what to do, we have to guess again. No, never happen. I have far too many criticisms for a game that I absolutely adore. But, you know, it's that saying that I can't remember. The things you love is your worst critic. Those that love you are your worst. There's something a lot catchier than what I just said. I can't remember it. Oh dear. It's late, okay, I'm recording this literally on the day it's going out. I've spent so much time on a new series if you haven't checked it out. Empyrean Galactic Survival with a few buddies, Blackfire Forge, Talisa Kingdoms, and of course Rage. And that took so long to edit and get up. I'm so proud of it, but yeah, I'm a bit behind on other content, so it's evening now. I'm recording it as it's going out. You can forgive me for getting a saying I probably have never said in my life. Right, let's go and test these setups then. Let me know if you agree with me in the comments that you really should be allowed to just load your setup, especially if you've been on the track before. It just makes zero sense to me. Okay, out we go. One positive is nice and dry at the moment. Let's hope it stays that way for the race. We finally had our luck reversed and had some nice dry races towards the end of the season. There's been some nice updates to this game. They've now added workshop support so that people can start putting official mods on the Steam Workshop for it. Really excited to see what people can come up with. And I might see if there's any interesting ones we can add for Season 2. Hopefully they're not going to disturb an existing career, but I'll find out about that, and if I can find some good ones I'll put them in. If anyone knows of some good ones as well as they come out, do let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can add them in for Season 2. Not the best start there really. Let's go the opposite way on downforce. Let's go the opposite way on handling. And let's try and get that acceleration back, because that was okay, but we'll try the other end of the acceleration and see if that's any better. On Chester we really should... I didn't change the tyres, we want to go out on the medium tyres. 52%, equally pretty bad. Downforce, let's reverse it quite a bit that way. We want to go maybe oversteer. Speed balance very poor, considering Dreyfus's is right down there in the acceleration zone. We'll see if Marchetta likes the same. And we'll go back out. Hopefully we can improve a bit. Could be a bit better on the first time out than 52% apiece, but at least we're consistent. And we'll bring them back in again. Looking forward to if we finally do get promoted to Formula 2 to having longer practice sessions. It's very rewarding tampering with the setup and seeing it play out on the track in front of you. One of the more hands-on aspects of the race day. Oh, look at that excellent handling for Dreyfus. This looks like a big improvement. 87%. Get in there, son. Beautiful. Right, we'll leave handling as it is. We'll try and maybe go for a little bit less downforce, see what they think. And acceleration will go the other way if we can get it. That's gone far too oversteery though. Oh, this is so hard to balance sometimes. is like a mini game within in a mini game. Can I just load that setup again? I mucked that up horribly. A little bit more downforce. We'll go with, yeah, there we go, a bit more acceleration, and the handling the same. Okay, it looks like we've made a big improvement with Marchetta as well. 90%. Oh yes, wonderful. Let's just play with the speed balance then. I don't really want to. Maybe if we go a little bit more understeery, a bit more understeer, sure. Just see if it changes. Out they go again. About halfway through the practice session now. Should be able to get a couple more runs in then. What would be a nice goal for race day? I think top 6, top 10 both cars, top 6 one other car would be good. Good haul of points. It's going to take an absolute miracle for us to go forward, and equally a massive disaster for us to go backwards from 6th. But the Drivers' Championship, of course, I've gone round again. I've done that far too much this season. Completely lost my train of thought. Good to hear, buddy. Yeah, Drivers' Championship, of course, still up for grabs. Not the title for R2 drivers, but position, which is what they care about. Of course, the team only cares about the constructors. I think we've gone pretty backwards with Dreyfus by the look of it. 84, yeah. Poor, okay, excellent, great, excellent, good. Okay, so which way did we go? We went more towards low downforce, so we want to go more towards high. Okay, let's move that a little bit. Try and get that back. There we go. I don't want to muck it up too much. Just a little tweaking. As long as we're somewhere near the 90s, that's good enough for me. 95. Yes. Love it. Handling. I don't really want to change anything here, to be honest. Let's just change the handling a little bit, see if it makes any difference. Didn't check on tyres. Tyres are still good. Good. Oh, Marchetta keeps getting the better setups, and we're giving him the worst car. I do wonder if we hadn't favoured Dreyfus so much this season, whether Marchetta might have actually beaten Dreyfus. He's closed right up to her in the last few races, and he had some very unlucky ones towards the beginning of the season, so it might be our fault, but I think he's out the door. I've made the decision, unless we really struggle to get a driver for next year, in which case he might be back. 92, great. Let's make the tiniest tweak just to see if it makes any difference. Marchetta, has he improved even more from his 95? 97. Look at that. Excellent. Great. Again, let's just make a tiny change and see if it makes any difference. We've always got the 97 to go back to, so there's no real harm in trying something a little different. But all in all, looking like a great practice session again. We're getting the hang of this. I think what we really need to concentrate on next year is, well, we'll know how to use the reliability and performance increase on the parts. We know how the systems work now, which we probably didn't make the best job of it right at the beginning of the season. And our car might have been a bit further along if we had, so a little bit my fault, but you know, we'll hopefully have that rectified next year, so it won't be so much of an issue. Okie doke, that's going to be it from this episode then. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you are enjoying this series, as always, hit that like button. If you want to leave me any help and advice for next year, there will be a little bit of time before I record the race to let me know whether I'm doing the right thing in waiting to hire a driver, because no one's interested. They've all got a month left on their contract and they're not interested in signing a new one. Either I've missed the boat and they've already signed a new contract that hasn't been announced, or I have to wait till their contracts are up, or the end of the season. Let me know if you know about that in the comments, and hopefully I can rectify it if I'm doing something wrong before the end of the season. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, do hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with everything on it. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.
These battles have often been contained on single racetracks. Now, it's going global. The chosen chariot for this is the Red Bull 2016. Brilliant in the bends, but often hampered by its Renault engine. Lacking power on the...
Sorry? What do you mean? They make watches. Oh, okay.
Can they make up for the deficit on the streets with their Tag Heuer engine?
Sauber, a team that often I get confused as to whether they have overachieved or underachieved. A team of humble beginnings, founded by Peter Sauber in the 1970s. He would eventually work his way up the ladder to win back-to-back Le Mans races in 1988 and 1999 with the incredible Sauber Mercedes C9, a car that was relatively unchanged between the 2 years, such was its dominance. It was then that Peter Sauber decided to take a foray into Formula 1.